Our show is produced by Green Alliance of Nevada, and I am your host, Paul Ira. In studio from Southwest Gas, we have a couple of energy managers, James Stein and Michael Cooper. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
When we went to break, we were talking about your program Blue, and you also have a program Fuel, which is your employee donation, and Blue is building lives up everywhere. Let's talk about those two programs. What are the difference between those programs?
So the Fuel for Life program is really, like you said, a donation program. So our employees are donating back through their paychecks to different charitable organizations, within our service territory. And the Blue, Building Lives Up Everywhere, is an employee volunteer program. So employees volunteer their time to do different charitable, work, such as, like I said earlier, planting trees, weatherizing homes for local seniors in need, enhancing elementary schools that have been adopted by, our business, and more. So we have two different programs there. It's really donating time and donating money, and a lot of employees opt to take part in both.
That's great. And helping the schools appreciate that a lot. They need all the help they can get. So if someone needed a charitable donation from you guys, how would they contact you? How could they get engaged with you?
So we have a Fuel for Life committee, and I think it's a 2 or 3 year term. Sorry, I don't know all the details there, but there's a committee that goes out and they interview and kind of vet all the different charitable organizations, every year. And it's a two-year agreement that they have with us. So we'll go out and we'll meet with the different organizations, and all the organizations kind of do their little spiel on what they do and how they give back to the community, and then we bring that back into the office and they sit down and they decide which ones will qualify. I don't have the exact number that we do every year, but we try and rotate through and make sure that we're donating to all these different organizations year in and year out.
Okay, good stuff. So they go to southwestgas.com and find out more information on that.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about energy efficiency programs, and what are your efforts there as a way of energy efficiency and rebates, for example?
I guess conservation and energy efficiency are vital in improving the sustainability of our environment. And so conservation at Southwest Gas, personally, and at the company, we believe that all of these efforts start at home and your efforts at work. And so you can go to our website before we get into the specifics of the different programs we have available. But we can go to our website and we have all kind of tips that customers and people who use energy in general can use and look at to be able to change some of their subtle habits to have big impacts to the environment and to the savings for them personally. As far as, I guess most of the audience here is based out of Nevada, right? That's the audience that we're talking to.
Well, it's pretty interesting. We got a call one day, and a guy asked a solar question. I said, "Where are you calling from?" He said, "Rockford, Illinois."
Why not? Okay, all right,
So
sounds good.
We're 50,000 watts, so we're pretty live out here.
Okay.
We cover a lot of territory, so we definitely cover all of Nevada.
Okay,
So-
well, I cover Nevada, some of the exciting things that we have, because we have some new rebates fresh off the presses right now. And then I can dabble a little bit into Arizona and some of the other opportunities we have in California within our sectors. And so,
Tell us some of your rebates right here in Nevada that
Okay.
people can participate.
so some of the rebates in Nevada, we're offering rebates on tankless water heaters for both home and business, as well as multiple rebates on commercial kitchens and businesses. There's also rebates on water space heating equipment, weatherization improvements, low flow water fixtures, food services equipment, CHP systems, solar thermal water heating systems also. It's a wide range, and I want to
Yes.
sound like a broken record, but southwestgas.com or swgas.com is where all of our rebate specifics and all the small fine print are there. Some of our rebates are prescriptive, where it's set up where for this type of equipment or this model, you get X amount of money back. And then in Arizona, for example, we have a custom rebate option where you're able to go, and if you're able to quantify your baseline, and you can come up with something that's outside of what we thought of as far as the rebates, or we've got approval for rebates, then there's a custom approach where if we can quantify the savings in therms per year that you for these changes, then you're able to get a certain dollar amount per therm in savings.
Well, some of these are new this year too, aren't they? Some of these rebate
Yes.
offerings?
Yes.
Well, that's
yes.
good. And homeowners need to know that this is good stuff. We try to do, we live this world, so we do it all ourselves if we can. Homeowners need to know that swgas.com can give you some good money-saving tips and some ideas on how to improve. And if you're buying a new home, you have rebate offers for new construction too, don't you?
Well, I was going to say that too. If you're in the market for a new home, definitely make sure that you ask your builders if they're working with Southwest Gas to be able to make sure that they're getting the best bang for the buck as far as their savings on energy stuff too. And so
Yeah, and I'll piggyback off of that. And I spent some time in our residential side, and Annette, we've worked together over the years on that residential side. One thing that we're very proud of at Southwest Gas is our, within our core team, our residential sales guys that are working with the builders here in town have really locked up 100% of the builders here in town are building with natural gas to a point of 4 points of use. So water heaters, dryers, cooktops, and space heat. So we've done a very good job. So as Michael touched on with the tankless water heaters, that's a very popular program for our developers that are building homes. So a lot of them are building with tankless water heaters, and that program, many over the years has really ran out of money because it's been so successful.
Yeah, I guess speaking of the money, I mean, over the past few years, we've spent $25 million on these programs and ultimately saved 16 million therms in usage behind these efforts. And so we're stand by it, and we think that it's definitely good for the environment and good for our customers.
Well, I have a friend who lives locally in an older home, and I was surprised to find out that they are almost 100% electric. So do you see much a conversion from electric to natural gas in some of these older homes? It must not have had the pipeline available back in, these are homes built in the 50s.
Yeah. So, we do have pockets of homes that are all electric, and when I was referencing 100%, that's all new construction.
Mm-hmm.
So over the last, several years, 10, 15 years, those homes have all been built with gas. But, as you're aware, back in the 70s or so, there was the moratorium, and there was folks that were built with electric. And we do have a team that goes out and works with those folks and tries to get them to convert to natural gas, replacing appliances where they see fit, and, just basically providing more energy efficient, uses of their power in their homes.
Yeah, these people have electric heating, and for those who don't know, electric heat is very expensive. Way more. Like, I run my heat wherever I want it because I got natural gas, and I never spend more than $100. I mean, I'm up $60, $70 a month. Mm-hmm. And I run it 76, 78 degrees when I'm home. I turn it off when I'm gone because it usually holds because I got new insulation. But converting over to natural gas from electric would save people a lot of money. They're spending as much money in the winter on their heat as they are in the summer on their air conditioning. So it's kind of a big deal. They could find out information on your website.
Yes. If you, as Michael references, swgas.com/tips. But if you go through our website, there's a lot of different ways to save energy, and we would love to talk to those folks about converting from electric to natural gas where possible to help save them some money.
And we push this all the time that people need to go to these utility websites. There's a lot of good information on there. Like I said again, we live this, so it's part of what we do. We're kind of geeky in this area, but going online and looking at your water bill, for example, and when are you using the water, and look at your gas bill, when are you using it, and how are you using it, and how much are you spending. And then also, I always have to give the three-legged stool story on efficiency. The first leg is conservation. When you're not using it, turn it off. So that's the best way to save energy. The second is when you're using it, use high efficiency equipment. So, and then when you can, use renewable energy to power whatever you're using. So that goes back to your renewable natural gas and renewable energy such as solar.
Sounds like you've seen our website to some extent, Paul, so good job.
I can help you write even further on the website. Happen to be a certified carbon reduction manager and an energy manager. So this is all good stuff, and I encourage our listeners to go on all the utility companies' websites and look for efficiency ideas and ways to get rebates, and then ideas on how to upgrade your homes and your travel and everything else. So good stuff there. Tell us a little bit more about some of the specific rebates that are doing the best. What's your biggest rebate?
Well, I'll start real quick with just the residential tankless water heater rebate. That one's been very successful for us. It's
tankless water heaters.
Tankless water heaters, yeah, $225 rebate that qualifies for developers as well as homeowners. So it's been very successful for us.
So that's just natural gas water heaters too, I assume. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Let's talk some more about that when we come back to Shades of Green on KDWN. We'll be right back.